Number 1. Putin accuses US of trying to prolong Ukraine conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Washington on Tuesday of drawing out the war in Ukraine, as explosions rocked a Russian military facility on the Kremlin-controlled peninsula of Crimea. The first UN-chartered vessel laden with grain meanwhile left Ukraine for Africa following a hallmark deal brokered by Turkey and the UN to relieve a global food crisis.
Ситуация на Украине показывает, что США пытаются затянуть этот конфликт.
Washington is using the people of Ukraine as cannon fodder, he said, lashing out at the United States for supplying weapons to Kiev. Russia invaded Ukraine in February, anticipating little military resistance and hoping for a lightning takeover that would topple the government in Kiev within hours. But after failing to capture the capital, Russia's military instead has become entrenched in a protracted bout of attrition with the sprawling front line in the east and south. The United States has provided key economic and military backing to Kiev, in particular supplying Ukraine with long-range, precision artillery that has allowed it to strike Russian supply facilities deep inside Moscow-controlled territory. Number 2. US and South Korea to begin expanded military drills next week. The United States and South Korea will begin their biggest combined military training in years next week in the face of an increasingly aggressive North Korea, which has been ramping up weapons tests and threats of nuclear conflict against Seoul and Washington, the South Korean military said Tuesday. The Allies' summertime drills, named Ulchi Freedom Shield, will take place from August 22 to September 1 in South Korea and include field exercises involving aircraft, warships, tanks, and potentially tens of thousands of troops. The drills underscore Washington and Seoul's commitment to restore large-scale training after they cancelled some of their regular drills and downsized others to computer simulations in recent years to create space for diplomacy with North Korea and because of COVID-19 concerns. Department of Defense also said the US, South Korean and Japanese navies took part in missile warning and ballistic missile search and tracking exercises off the coast of Hawaii from August 8 to 14, which it said were aimed at furthering three-way cooperation in the face of North Korean challenges. While the United States and South Korea describe their exercises as defensive, Ulchi Freedom Shield will almost surely draw an angry reaction from North Korea, which describes all Allied training as invasion rehearsals and has used them to justify its nuclear weapons and missiles development. China, North Korea's main ally, expressed concern over the expansion of US military exercises with its Asian allies, saying they could worsen tensions with the North. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin didn't offer a specific answer when asked whether Beijing believes the trilateral drills in Hawaii were in some way directed at China. North Korea has repeatedly expressed its concern over the joint drills, Wang said in a briefing in Beijing on Tuesday. The negative impact of the military exercises on the situation on the Korean peninsula is worth paying attention to. All parties should act prudently and stop any actions that may increase tension and confrontation and damage the mutual trust, he said. Number 3. Kenya's Odinga says he will challenge close election loss. Opposition figure Raila Odinga said Tuesday that he would challenge the results of Kenya's close presidential election with all constitutional and legal options after Deputy President William Ruto was declared the winner, bringing new uncertainty to East Africa's most stable democracy. Now the country faces weeks of disputes and the possibility that the Supreme Court will order another election. Religious and other leaders have pleaded for calm to continue in a nation with a history of deadly post-election violence. Let no one take the law into their own hands, Odinga said to his often passionate supporters. It was Odinga's first appearance since Kenya's Electoral Commission chairman declared Ruto the winner Monday with almost 50.5% of the votes. 4 of the 7 commissioners abruptly announced that they couldn't support the results, and Odinga supporters scuffled with the remaining commissioners at the venue where the announcement was made. Shortly before Odinga spoke, the 4 commissioners asserted to journalists that the chairman's final math added up to 100.01% and that the excess votes would have made a significant difference. They also said he didn't give them a chance to discuss the results before making his declaration. The 55-year-old president-elect, Ruto, appealed to Kenyans by making the election about economic differences and not the ethnic ones that have long marked the country's politics with sometimes deadly results. He portrayed himself as an outsider from humble beginnings, defying the political dynasties of Kenyatta and Odinga, whose fathers were Kenya's first president and vice president. Still, the turnout in last Tuesday's vote dipped to 65% as Kenyans across the country of 56 million expressed frustration and lack of confidence that the candidates would address the problems of rising prices, high unemployment, and widespread corruption. The now wealthy Ruto himself has denied multiple allegations of land grabs and other graft. As a growing number of African leaders issued statements congratulating Ruto, Kenya's outgoing president remained silent. Thank you for watching All That Happens. Remember to like and subscribe. And we hope to see you next time.